Welcome to Disney A, the Canadian-themed Disney travel podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Krysta. Yay, you pointed. I have to say it every time now. How's it going?
Good. It's a big weekend around these here parts.
Yeah? Why's that?
Well, there's a lot going on.
Yeah? What's like what?
Well,
I'm like setting you up here.
Yeah, you're setting me up. Well, no, the Olympics have started. Yep. That's a big worldwide event.
Yep.
Deadpool and Wolverine came out.
Yep.
And we watched that.
Yep.
And there's a little bit of news in the old MCU aside from that.
All right, so we're recording this Saturday night, and this came out Saturday night.
breaking news.
Yeah. So you will have heard, if you listen to us like Monday, this news will be a little bit more widespread right now. But we have initial thoughts.
Yeah, this is that's what we're going with tonight. But we'll go.
We are going to talk about Acolyte this week because that's all wrapped up. We're just going to move that on to next week. So that gives you a week to get caught up if you haven't watched it yet. You should. It's only 8 episodes.
I like the Acolyte.
I did too.
Let's talk about that. Your snippet, your not spoiler-free gut reaction of the Acolyte.
I really, really liked it, and I think people on the internet need to stop whining.
I mean, that's just general good advice.
Yeah. But I really liked it, actually.
I quite enjoyed the Acolyte, too. I liked how they kind of played with the lore.
Yeah. That era. And
the whole thing about Star Wars is it's always been just like kind of throwing spaghetti against the wall and like the whole from a certain point of view thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Acolyte embraced that, and I think it worked.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think so too.
There was some pacing problems.
Yes.
But otherwise, I don't know. I liked most of it.
I think, did they 100% stick the landing? I mean, maybe, but they skidded a little bit when they did that. Like, it wasn't a perfect landing.
The landing was one of the better parts. And
yes, but they just had so much up in the air still.
They had a lot up in the air, and that's why I was very concerned. If you listen to our last episode, which I was not optimistic. The landing was better than I expected.
I agree, and that last episode was really, there's some cool stuff. It was really cool. But we'll talk about that more next week.
Yes, we shall.
Brandon, before we get too far, what is your nerd thing, or is just like all that stuff is the nerd thing?
Yeah, it's just got a MCU movie for the first time in a while, and first time and the only time this year. Yeah.
Has been a while since that happened.
Womp womp. Mm-hmm. And the Olympics is kind of my jam. So
yes, I have had it playing a lot today while doing other things, and it's just basically once the Olympics start, it's on in our house all the time, regardless of what else we're doing. Yeah,
it's good background noise. The time zone's not too bad.
It's been worse.
Yeah, so Europe is like plus 7 hours or something like that.
Exact is, but yeah.
So I don't know. It's been much worse where it's like just everything's happening in the middle of the night and you either got to catch up or stay up late. Whatever. But yeah, this is not so bad.
Yeah, no, this is fine. This is fine. And especially, I mean, for me, whatever.
Well, yes, it is your summertime, so you can watch it whenever.
I've been, like, shockingly busy, though. But I can still make my own hours for it. Mm-hmm. So it works. And what are you drinking?
Something that you made me.
It's gin.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gin and peach.
I do like gin.
Yeah.
We actually watched the opening ceremonies of the Olympics today.
Yeah, it was on last night, but we PVR'd it. We went to Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, so we could do both. So we watched the replay and played the Olympic opening ceremonies drinking game where you have a little sip every time you see a new country.
There's a lot more countries in the Summer Olympics than there's in the Winter Olympics.
Yeah. Yay!
It's a lot of... Some of those letters just kept on going.
A lot of countries.
A lot of countries.
And then, from a Canadian perspective, it was capped off by the greatest singer in the world.
Oh my goodness. Can we just talk for a minute about the ceremonies in general? What did you think about the opening ceremony? It was bizarre to me. It in a good way.
It was bizarre in an excellent way. Mm-hmm. They went for it. They went for a spectacle, and they delivered a spectacle. So
I think that they went for a spectacle and delivered a spectacle. But I've never seen an opening ceremonies. I mean, I've been watching as long as you, but that was not just showcasing their country. They walked this line between we're showcasing our country. But hey, anyone who has ties to us, you don't have to be French, or it doesn't have to be a French song, but whatever our values are or things we're celebrating. Lady Gaga performed.
There was always somewhat of a French connection, but it didn't have to be from France or
one of the major.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, one of the major torchbearers leading into the final one, of course. They were American and Canadian and things in this because they perform in the French Open, or they achieved this goal in the Olympics, different things. And there was always a link, but it wasn't French. It wasn't just France.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very interesting because they were basically showcasing what they were preaching about.
Yeah, they said diversity and inclusion and bringing the world together, and then is what the Olympics is theoretically supposed to be about.
And capping the finale off with Celine Dion, I tell you, oof.
From the Eiffel Tower.
From the Eiffel Tower. Huh. Yeah.
Something else.
That was something else. Before I go on a tangent about Celine Dion, because I'm actually a big Celine Dion fan. Can I tell you what I'm drinking?
Yeah, please do.
Because it's special.
Well, you got to open it first.
I do. Okay, ready? So I have a can here. I'm not drinking gin.
You're gonna open up a can. Oh, very nice.
Nah. This is a special can.
It's very special.
What can you tell me about what it looks like?
It's silver. And is it Coors Light? It's the silver bullet?
No, there's nothing on it.
There's nothing. Yeah, it's blank.
So our local brewery had one of my favorite beers was a sour beer, and they ran out. They stopped. It's off the menu.
Very sad.
And I was just there, and then the manager she was talking to me about this, and said, well, actually, we're trying to can some of it, and so they had a couple cans there that she just let me have a couple cans so I could.
They're tester cans.
I said you gotta do some quality control here.
Beta testing the beer, and I think you like it.
I do, yeah. So I saved one specifically so I could drink it while we record tonight.
Well. Cheers to the local brewery.
Yay. I love our local brewery. I love being walking distance.
Me too.
Okay. Disney A News Update. Granted, most of this episode is going to be news, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but there's some big news also at the parks.
Okay, do you want to start there?
Yeah, let's start there.
Okay. We do have some big news at the parks. So we actually were talking about we have all this construction and stuff going on.
Yeah, and I'm still a little bit bitter about it.
But
they've started to make a little bit of headway against it.
So I have to eat my words here a little bit. Because I said I 100% thought they were going to do an early opening to Haunted Mansion. It was slated to open the first day of the Halloween season, which is the end of August.
August 23rd.
Right. And I was like, they're going to open a little early. But I was thinking a week or two.
Yeah.
Or a month, I guess, apparently. Because I said because some people were saying end of July. And I was like, that's way too early. There's no chance. But yeah, no, it's open. If you're listening to this.
Yeah, it's opening on Monday.
Yeah, unless if you're listening to this before the park opens or something, because it comes out 2 a.m.
Yeah, so. That's true. Yeah, but
it's opening today. Then
it's opening today.
Yeah, virtual queue. But it
is as we knew. But they haven't finished the outside part yet.
Yeah, but they're we'll get you into the.
They chucked up the fancy decorations.
Yes. As soon as those went up, I went, "Oh my God, they're gonna do it!" And then 2 days later, they announced, "Yep." Or maybe even one day later. Wow, they made her work.
So it's fully decorated, the Holiday Haunted Mansion style with, your A Nightmare Before Christmas decorations and everything like that.
The hearse has a new home.
Oh, does it?
Yes. So it basically just moved from one side to the other.
Is it going to stay there permanently, or do we know?
We don't know, although it looks pretty like looks like they're decorating around it.
Mm-hmm.
So hard to say, and also like, I mean, up on the other side is where the new gift shop area is going to be. So it's like, are they going to make some more walkway area, gardeny, landscapey type stuff to lean into all that? Of course, until it's actually open, we don't know. But it looks like the move was like purposeful. It was a purposeful.
Okay. And it will be Haunted Mansion Holiday, as we all knew.
Totally.
Like, there's no point in. It takes 2 weeks to change between, so why would you?
Exactly. Like, that was not going to happen.
Yeah. But there will be a new gingerbread house.
Yes, I did hear that, actually.
So that's very good.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see it, and I'm excited to hear everyone's feedback tomorrow with how the virtual queue is working and everything like that. This is great. They can, like, iron out all of the tech stuff before we get there.
I was kind of excited to see it, like, be there when it opened.
Yeah, me too.
But also was very scared of being there when it opened, because stuff like that
is
can be very just a lot of stress and problems. And
it would have been fun, but also like chaotic. Yeah. And especially because it's our only chance to be there for over the Halloween season. So like, you know, the stress of that would maybe take away some of the fun.
Yeah.
So this will be good. I'm excited.
I can do with a slightly less chaos.
Yeah, a little bit.
Slightly.
We'll still be doing lots of Halloween stuff, and we're doing Oogie Boogie opening, so that'll be our fun stuff.
Oh, there'll be some chaos on first night of Oogie Boogie.
Exactly.
We might actually get to see some of our favorite YouTubers.
I'm thinking maybe,
I guarantee you at least one of them will be there.
Oh, yeah, because they've said they're going to be there.
Almost all of them. They usually go that first night just to get content.
There's
like, it makes
one of our favorite ones are not going. I think they're on a trip elsewhere. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be fun. And I'm excited to hear, too, as we get closer. They haven't released details about who is and isn't going to be there. So I think a general conjecture online is that, you know, there'll be the returning villains that were there before. And there's a lot of hopes that there might be another character just kind of wandering around, how sometimes they do. Like maybe Deadpool?
Wow, yeah. Deadpool made his Disneyland debut.
Along with
his bestest friend in the whole wide world.
They're such good buds. Deadpool and Wolverine are in Avengers Campus now.
And they're doing story time with Deadpool.
Yes.
Which...
Yeah, I know. It's just...
I don't know how they're getting away with Deadpool talking in Disneyland.
I think they're getting away with it by doing a story time, so he is very much controlling all the language and
there's still a lot of innuendo.
Oh my gosh, the opening line that on the video that we saw was whose ears you gotta wear to get a gig around this place, and I was like, wow. We are starting strong here. Oh my goodness.
Still very Deadpool-y, but mostly Disney friendly.
We're walking the line between PG and 14A.
Yeah.
Whereas Deadpool is straight up like hanging around and bathing in the blood of rated R. So we're just avoiding that. We do have some other Marvel news, but is there any other park news or anything like that you want to talk about first?
Well, no, we don't have a lot of details on Halloween quite yet.
I'm waiting for the foodie guide to come out because that'll be probably beginning of August.
And the merch and stuff, like that's very soon. It might be next week, honestly.
Yeah, there have been some Halloween stuff just starting to show up. Mostly merch stuff. Lots of Haunted Mansion stuff is out right now. Just within the last week or so. But I was looking at it and some
it makes sense with Haunted Mansion coming back. They'd probably want to pump the merch out for that. People will be excited to get that back. And
I have some Haunted Mansion. I have a fair bit of Haunted Mansion merch actually because it's one of my favorite It's one of my two favorite attractions, and they have more Haunted Mansion merch than they have Pirates merch.
Which is weird.
I know.
Pirates seems like such an easy sell, even before the movie. It's Pirates.
I've almost bought that one pair of pirate ears 3 times now.
They have had a couple of good pirate years.
And then there was a really good Pirates Spirit jersey that I almost got, but like it was still an almost. Like I was like, I don't know. But so I'm gonna bring Haunted Mansion stuff. I might.
That's still kind of slim pickings for like a marquee attraction and like the most successful Disneyland movie franchise.
True. Well, they have a store almost entirely dedicated to it, but a lot of the pirate stuff is stuff in general,
it's
not
very
Pirates
generic.
of the Caribbean. Yeah.
Pieces of 8 store is very generic, and it kind of makes me a little sad.
Disappointed.
A little bit disappointed.
They do some stuff though, so I'm gonna look again and think about it. I also said, judging from the last 2 years of Oogie Boogie merch that came out, they had specific event merch. I said the chances of me walking away with not something is very slim.
I would love there to be a very cool 2024 Oogie Boogie Bash Spirit jersey.
Yeah.
Just because it's not going to be every day that we go to Oogie Boogie Bash.
Not every year.
Almost never.
Almost never, yeah.
So,
we might do it again down the road, but it won't be in the foreseeable future.
I won't say never, but
for the foreseeable future, it's not going to happen again.
Not.
Yeah. So I did see last year's merch and the year before's merch when I was just looking to see, hey, has anything been released or sneak peek or anything like that? And I was like, both those years I wanted to buy almost everything. So I'm like, hopefully they have some good stuff again.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, you are. The one year the ears were dice.
Oh.
Oogie Boogie dice. You know what the problem is?
Oh, no.
Is the stuff itself is Halloweenish and cool, but I'm like a massive Nightmare Before Christmas fan, and I'm a Nightmare Before Christmas hipster.
Yes, you liked it. You liked it before it was cool. I can vouch for this. This is not you're not speaking out of turn, because I tried to find you a Nightmare Before Christmas DVD, and it was literally like pulling teeth. This was back 2004? This was a long time ago. Mm-hmm. They didn't have streaming services.
Right.
Netflix was still a mail order.
Amazon was not a thing.
Amazon, no. I mean, it was a thing, but
not like a thing like it is.
You couldn't really buy much on there. There was still video rental stores.
Yep.
There was still music stores. That's where I went and begged for a DVD copy of The Nightmare Before Christmas. And
I still have it.
And the young millennial cashier looked at me like I had 3 heads and then said, "Oh yes, I think we have one of those in the back." And went and dusted it off and presented it to me, and there it was, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
And it literally you could never find anything.
No,
ever.
No,
not even at Halloween.
There was no merch, not at Halloween, not at Christmas.
And now
never.
It's everywhere.
Now it's everywhere.
Man, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm making up for it now, totally. But I was like, man, it would have been cool to be able to have,
you just be happy in your heart of hearts. You recognized greatness.
I did.
Before the general population, because it was not popular in the early 2000s.
It was it was forgotten about.
It was. There was a brief dip there where The Nightmare Before Christmas wasn't a thing.
It was because stop motion in general was super and Tim Burton was weird and cool, but people liked his stuff. Anything connected with him, but he wasn't really associated with Nightmare at the time.
Yeah, no, it was the stop motion. It was too heavily associated with old 70s special effects kind of thing, which I grew up with and loved.
Right.
My parents instilled with me the old classic
monster movies,
Ray Harryhausen type stuff. So that never bothered me, and I thought it looked really good.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm glad the general public has come around to it.
Yeah, me too.
And that is so merch worthy. And that person who dusted off that copy from you probably has a Jack Skellington tattoo now, quite frankly. So
almost certainly.
And thank you for the DVD copy. But all of this to say, the chance of me not getting something with Oogie Boogie plastered all over it.
That was quite the tangent we just went on.
But
we have big stuff to talk about.
Okay.
Why are we going on tangents?
I know, because Oogie Boogie's so cool. But yes, I will be buying merch, and I'll be buying Haunted Mansion stuff. And I think that might be it for news. Let's talk about the big stuff. Because we tangented so hard.
Well, yes, we did tangent so hard. But this might be the biggest Marvel weekend in recent memory since Endgame launch. Like, this weekend is huge.
Yep, yeah, it is. All right, so let's talk about it. First of all, the movie.
So Deadpool and Wolverine has come out.
We saw it.
The critical reaction has been good but not great.
Yeah.
Which you know what? I kind of understand, because if you're looking at it as a pure piece of movie cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a pop culture send up, and
yeah,
a farewell to 20th Century Fox Marvel Universe.
It's true.
So
literally,
it doesn't. Without that context, it almost doesn't make sense, and whatever. So, no spoilers, obviously. We're not going to talk about that right now.
No. We're not talking about specific spoilers or anything like that. More just like overall general reaction to.
I very much enjoyed it.
I did too.
There's a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of cameos.
Which everyone knew there would be going in. Some of them were very heavily assumed or
shown in the
trailers.
Whatever.
And other ones were like straight up surprises.
Yeah, I think, I mean, people were throwing spaghetti against the wall.
Yeah, that's true.
And some of that spaghetti stuck, and some of it was a little off base, but there was rumors of everything that happened.
Yep.
And I think the best rumors came out in the end.
Yeah. I think that's fair. There was definitely some squeal moments, some laughing out, lots of laughing out loud.
I had a grin on my face the entire time.
I agree.
And
Me too.
So that aside, we'll talk about the movie later when
down the road.
When it's not spoiler.
Yeah, no, we
spoiler
don't want to
haven.
spoil
We want to save that, but it is breaking a ton of records. It's going to be the highest grossing rated R opening weekend of all time.
It needed to make money. It was going to make money, especially opening weekend.
Oh yeah.
And it's doing exactly what it needed to do.
But critical reception aside, it's definitely a crowd pleaser. I would say it's in the same vein as the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It has the same feel.
No Way Home.
It has the same feel with the...
a lot more rated R.
Oh, well, yes. A lot more rated R.
But the fan service and
it's fan service.
Yeah.
It is fan service, the movie, but I'm okay with that, because you know what? I'm a fan.
Though. Yeah, they did it well, though. And if you're going to have a movie that does that, Deadpool's such a perfect vehicle for it because of the breaking the fourth wall and the commentary on it, and he mocks himself about it and mocks everyone about it, and yeah.
It's allowed to laugh at itself while still being cool at what it does. Yeah. Which is a tough line to walk, actually, if you think about it. But yeah, there's tons of cameos, tons of voice cameos that you don't even know.
No, I don't know most of them. I definitely want to watch it again. I want to actually watch some feedback and analysis. We enjoy doing that anyway. But I want to watch it again then after that. Kind of. Can I say what my favorite Easter egg is? It doesn't spoil really anything. It's the one on the bus.
Yes, and we haven't had one of these for a while because they've.
I think I hit you when this happened.
You didn't notice it right away.
No, I know, and all of a sudden I was like,
oh, we did have a Stan Lee cameo.
We did.
As a bus advertisement in
we
there,
did.
So that was lovely. Can't talk about it anymore.
No. But there is you do get to see a Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah, there's lots of little things throughout, but that was one that you used to go to a Marvel movie and you knew several things. You knew to wait to the end, wait past the credits, and you look for Stan Lee. And this was the first time in a long time we've had Stan Lee, so that was really nice. So keep an eye out for that. That's my only thing.
And it was decidedly a Deadpool in nature.
Yes, it was. But anyway. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I think so. A friend of mine asked about homework before going to it, and I think you don't need to do all the homework. Like, it's impossible at this point to watch everything and do everything.
Well, yeah, you say it's impossible, but there has been over 80 Marvel movies. Now that's including 20th Century Fox, Sony.
Is that movies or is that products? Like, does that include
movies.
The TV shows?
Movies.
So that's shows on top of that.
Yeah, and there's shows on top of that. Like, you probably should watch Loki.
Yeah, but you can tell that from the trailer because TVA is in the trailer. Yeah.
You should probably watch Loki.
At least season 1 to figure out what the heck the TVA is.
Yeah, it's a good introduction.
Yeah, you should probably watch Loki anyway, quite frankly. But
well, yeah. I mean, Loki's great, so you should watch it.
And matters for the MCU as a whole.
And you should probably have, like, some idea of what the X-Men are.
You know what?
In some way.
Literally go on YouTube and be like, watch a
recap. Yeah. There's several YouTube channels that have a recap in preparation for Deadpool and blah blah blah. But
the one we were recommending, we actually haven't seen this recap, so we're recommending it sight unseen. But we often recommend them, and we know they do their research and we know they do their analysis. And
it's our go-to for an after show for all, like, basically all the nerd shows.
For everything, yeah, it's true. New Rockstars 2 weeks ago had a leading up, so don't look at any of their spoiler stuff now, okay?
They have lots of spoiler videos
do,
now,
yes.
but
avoid all that.
They have a recap video, and it's only half an hour.
Yes, and it's summarizing all the X-Men and Marvel movies ever.
The entire Marvel universe, all 80,
regardless of
80
property,
movies of it.
Yeah. And it's half an hour long, and it came out 2 weeks ago, and it was like, here is your crash course in everything.
And yes, we haven't watched it, but I'm sure it's good.
So. Yeah. So I am saying, like, we haven't watched it, but we know it's very comprehensive. Mm-hmm, so, yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I really, really liked it.
So that's step 1 of the biggest weekend in Marvel.
I just want to say, though, you don't have to know all that stuff.
No, you don't. It helps you enjoy it a little bit more.
When you're, like, hearing other people freaking out or hearing people whatever.
There's some freak out moments. But you can kind of... I imagine you can kind of get the gist of...
there was some stuff I didn't know, and I asked you about later, but I, like it's fine. It's still okay.
You can't watch all of the Marvel movies and all of Ryan Reynolds' filmography to get all of the jokes.
Yeah, like in like 2 days. You can't do it. Yeah, it's impossible. But anyway, you'll be fine without it. But just if you wanted a crash course.
So yeah, that's step 1 of Marvel's biggest weekend.
Yes,
it's like,
which we knew they were gonna have a big weekend.
Marvel's back. Maybe.
The Marvel movies, oh man. And they're like making some money and it's like, wow, this is a big weekend for them. And then it's like, we got something else up our sleeves.
So like there was a big build up to Deadpool and Wolverine. Everybody was pretty high, like it is the movie of the summer this year.
And it's coming out the same weekend as San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, which is it's
just a happy nerd weekend.
Big happy nerd weekend. And a couple weeks ago we actually had the Captain America trailer, which was starting to get the hype up again.
And we had an Agatha trailer finally.
Yeah, we had an Agatha trailer. That's a little bit more niche, but
it is a little bit more niche, but I'm saying there was like Marvel stuff coming out.
Marvel stuff. Marvel, yeah.
Yeah. We had a movie and we had a show and we're like, oh, we're getting ready for Marvel.
But in addition to that, we have
okay.
We're teasing this a little bit too much, but no, there's breaking news tonight, and it's in all the Hollywood papers and Variety and Hollywood
I didn't
Reporter.
Believe you when you first told me.
It almost sounds like an April Fool's joke.
That's what I thought.
There was some rumors of the Russo brothers coming back, but today, like literally an hour ago, they are confirmed to come back to direct the two-parter.
Which we knew there was going to be a two-parter.
They've announced a two-parter, whatever phase it's going to be, I don't know. Formerly it was the Kang Dynasty,
yes.
Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars.
Uh-huh.
Now, the Russo brothers will make their triumphant return to the MCU.
Explain why the Russo brothers are a big deal, first of all, because let's keep
the Russo brothers. Okay, well, yeah. So we'll take a couple steps back.
Yeah.
The Russo brothers.
Because we're leading to like the crazy news, right? And yeah.
The Russo brothers kind of made their name with the MCU because they had directed a couple small things before that, and then they brought them on to direct a Captain America movie.
Oh.
And that was not notable at the time because no one knew who the heck the Russo brothers
were. Sure.
So they directed one of the best standalone movies ever, Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Right.
And that was like one of the best standalone, like Shang-Chi and that, I think, are my favorite standalone movies. And of course the original Iron Man is pretty good.
Anyway, keep going.
And then they came back for Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War which was the one that
Yes. Civil War was like Avengers light.
Yeah, it was like...
Or mostly it was an Avengers
1.
movie.
1.5 or 2.5, whatever, 2.5.
So they cut their teeth on the Captain America series and they like kind of stepped up. Like the Winter Soldier Captain America movie was like a little bit smaller, a little bit lower stakes, and then they stepped up to Civil War with like all the characters, and that kind of proved that they could handle
a huge ensemble.
They could handle an ensemble, so they were given the keys to the two-parter of Infinity War and Endgame, and that
destroyed everyone.
Is the biggest movie duology of all time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not that there's a lot of movie duologies, but
still
huge, and like a major pop culture milestone.
It was a big movie moment, duology aside. Just so good.
And then they kind of retired from Marvel and said, "Yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to go off and do our own thing."
Yeah, I want to explore other places.
Yeah. So Marvel's begging them to come back now because they're
happened.
Maybe in a little bit more of a dire straits than they wanted to be, whatever. So they begged them to come back and
probably dumped up
there was
dump truck of money, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Well, they ain't doing it for free.
They're doing it till they're 90.
They are going to do it till they're 90. Possibly.
Maybe.
But they ain't doing it for free.
No.
Neither's Hugh Jackman, I can tell you that. But
speaking of people who came back who said they weren't going to come back, is where you're going with that. Just to explain.
Yeah. So they have agreed to come back.
Yes.
There was rumors about it, but it is official now.
And even I didn't even believe the rumors because they were like
I believed the rumors, but I wasn't 100%
sure
that it was. There were a lot
of rumors going around about different people and different things.
Well, they've gone through a bunch of different.
So it's like, well, okay. Well,
they were even asking. Speaking of Deadpool and Wolverine, they were asking the director of that to maybe come back as well. So it all depends on who wants to take on, because that can really hurt your legacy or what as it is. Like, who knows, right? But no, they're officially confirmed to come back.
Excellent.
And they've announced.
Okay, do it.
Well, you said it's Comic-Con right now. So this is kind of why this is happening, I guess, right now.
Right.
But it is no longer, they are dumping Kang.
Yes.
He gone.
Which is like, they got to figure out how to write this so it makes sense. I 100%.
I know, it's easy. I could write that.
Okay, fine. But 100%, I thought they were going to do variant. They were going to recast Kang.
As a variant?
And a variant.
I think they were thinking of that.
And they might still go that way with but as a minor thing or coming down the road or something. But you were setting them up, or they were setting them up, and they got to do something.
They were setting them up. I think they can use that work and lead into him just absolutely getting demolished by the villain that is coming in part 1 of this new Avengers duology, I guess is what they're gonna go with, and it's called Avengers Doomsday.
That's what everyone who just heard that said.
Yeah, myself included.
Yeah. No, that's not what you said. You said other words, but we are not an R-rated podcast, so.
Yeah. So no, Doctor Doom is going to be orchestrating Secret Wars, as he did in the comics.
So that totally makes sense. Also, that was widely rumored, is that they were going to forget Kang and go with Doctor Doom, and people kind of were like, oh, they're not going to make that. Yeah. But you know what the problem is? Trying to find someone to play Doctor Doom who does it justice.
There is that. So, I mean, we have to throw out our casting ideas. Maybe not. No, actually.
Just kidding.
They have dropped the casting for Doctor Doom, which this sounds like an April Fool's joke, but apparently Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to the MCU to be Doctor Doom.
How? Okay, so like here's my you know so much more about this than I do. So this is just my thought process on Robert Downey Jr. in general.
Mm-hmm.
He loved playing Iron Man, but he didn't like being tied to that role, but he loved, like, that kind of... I think he liked being in a superhero movie, but he didn't want to play the same character forever. So it's kind of cool to come back in this completely different way.
Yeah.
Now that's my thought.
So, I can see, like, Tony Stark and Doctor Doom, Victor Von Doom is his...
Yeah.
Not made up name.
Yes.
Are two sides of the same coin.
Right.
They have huge egos and are very intelligent and all this stuff. So I can see that kind of, you can play that off each other. I just don't know how they're going to pull this in with the multiverse and all that.
Like is maybe Victor Von Doom from another like Earth, and
I think
it's like a variant of Tony?
I think well they've gone so heavy in the multiverse, including in Deadpool. That's not a spoiler. Like
no, that's like in the trailers.
That's very obvious.
Otherwise, the TVA wouldn't be involved. By the way,
I can see like, are they gonna make Doom a Tony Stark variant?
That's what I was just
I don't love that,
but I think they can make it make sense with this story.
I don't know, but I can see them work
like maybe not Tony Stark, but in another world, this is what would have happened.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. And they both wear like iron masks, and it's like, I don't know. You can make the connection there. So
they wouldn't have cast him if they didn't have an idea.
No, they have to make a connection, and they have to make it make sense. But I don't hate that they have a plan.
Yes, that's nice. I don't hate the Russo brothers being attached to it.
Yeah.
And I adore Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, he's awesome, and it'll be great to have him back. I just hope they do it justice, and now there's even more riding on the Fantastic Four movie.
That's true.
Because Doom is very, very linked to the Fantastic Four as well.
I guess my only worry with Robert Downey Jr., I adore him, and I think the fact that they brought him on means they have a pretty well thought out plan.
They better.
My worry, I mean, Star Wars and Marvel get compared a lot, since Disney owns both, and you have like the similar fan base.
It's a genre film, and you have your hero's journey a lot.
And I think a lot of literally some years I teach Star Wars, and some years I teach Iron Man for when I do Hero's Journey, and sometimes also The Matrix. Basically, my English classes are super fun when we do Hero's Journey.
I wish I was in your English classes. I would have nailed that. Bang.
We also compare him to Shakespeare, but you know.
I would have liked Shakespeare a lot more that way, probably.
Well, I always say this. Tom Hiddleston is like a Shakespeare actor, classically trained Shakespearean actor, and he modeled his version of Loki, which is widely regarded as one of the best like interpretations in the MCU after a Shakespearean character.
He's one of the best villains in the MCU for sure.
And villain is a strong and interesting character trait, but
gray villain. Yeah.
But when he started, he was straight villain.
Yeah.
And he modeled him after Edmund in King Lear, who is straight villain. But anyway,
And that was thanks to the director of Thor 1, Kenneth Branagh,
who is also a massive Shakespeare fan.
Very Shakespearean fella.
But anyway, so another fun little tangent there. I guess my concern, though, is when I look at Star Wars, I feel like a lot of the problems with, say, like the sequel trilogy or even some of the shows and stuff is they have no plan, and they get really gun shy about angry guys on the internet, and I'm angry people on the internet, and I'm worried that a lot of the people who are just like yelling that nothing after Endgame has been good, which is, not true. It's very whitewashed or blanket.
There's been some bad stuff after Endgame. There was bad stuff before Endgame.
That's what I always say.
Maybe the ratio was a little bit more trending towards the bad, but nothing like truly horrible either. We're not talking about the DC universe.
Well,
okay?
And that's the whole thing, right? So they like make these blanket statements. And I'm like, I worry that they're going to bring Robert Downey Jr. I worry that they're just bringing Robert Downey Jr. back because he represents this era of what made all the fans happy.
Yes. And
I guess that's my only concern.
That's a fair concern. But I guess I just have to put my belief in the Russo brothers.
And Feige, because he always has a plan.
Feige always... Robot Feige.
Robot Feige. Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin Bott. Yeah, I don't know. I
guess that's my only concern.
I was shocked when I read this news, and it took me a couple minutes to process. We're still processing because this is still breaking news. But I'm kind of excited.
I'm so excited to see.
Really excited.
I don't know if I'm going to be waiting on trailers as much as I ever have before. Just because I'm going to be like, how are they going to do this? What is going to be our first look? Oh my god, what's going on?
Well, okay, so just for me, Doctor Doom is the best Marvel villain.
Right. I'm glad you're excited and not
I didn't know who Thanos was before the MCU, and I read a lot of comic books, but that was kind of an offshoot from what I was reading. So Thanos wasn't any.
But Fantastic Four was.
The MCU did a good job of Thanos and made him awesome, and I can see why that was a cultural touchstone.
Totally.
For me, Doctor Doom is the pinnacle of comic book villainy.
Now, was he that big across the Marvel comics, or was it because really focused on Fantastic Four?
He started off as a Fantastic Four villain, but the thing you have to realize about comics is they didn't wait for these big crossover events like movies.
Right.
They were always kind of intermingling.
Right.
And Doctor Doom was a tier villain.
Okay.
You had Magneto and Doctor Doom and Galactus that were always kind of there.
The big bads.
The big bads, and he was.
I'm glad you're really excited about this because I know when Fantastic Four news first broke, you were super nervous about it. I know you still are kind of nervous, but as we get a little closer and closer, maybe.
They at least made good casting. I'm happy with the casting, and I like where they're going with this. And now that they have a plan,
that makes you more optimistic about Fantastic Four.
For after, I don't think they're gonna hastily waste Doctor Doom in some way, or whatever. So
you hearing this casting makes you less nervous in general.
I feel like Robert Downey Jr. might be in an after credit scene of Fantastic Four now.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is.
Yeah.
We were hypothesizing before when we were talking about the trailer that Doctor Doom was going to show up in an after credit scene. Now that they've announced who it's going to be, I think it's almost certain. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was in the first after credit scene.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose the second after credit scene, but
fair.
The first after credit scene that wasn't his own movie.
There we go. Yeah. I'm excited. I didn't believe you when you first told me. I was like, that has to be made up.
It sounds made up,
but it's so ridiculous it couldn't be made up.
No. I think we know what's happening over the next 4 years of the MCU now.
All of a sudden,
they're building towards this. It's gonna be Secret Wars with Doctor Doom being the big bad, which you need. Thanos proved that's why Infinity War and Endgame worked so well, is because you had a villain that mattered.
Yeah. Well, that's been the MCU. We've always talked about the villain's problem in there.
That's why the Avengers worked, because you had a villain that mattered. Loki
who is
mattered.
now one of the most beloved characters in the entire universe. For better or worse.
There's most of the villains you can't even like, if you think off your top of your head, I don't know, you have Killmonger, but they killed him off, and
Ultron.
Yeah, Ultron was a wet fart of a villain.
The best thing,
which was unfortunate.
It was, because cool. Best thing about Ultron, other than his voice, and that was a really creepy trailer when he was doing the Pinocchio, was our introduction to Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, and
he was a vehicle.
When they made her do a heel turn, she wasn't very good either.
No, it's true. So they got to bring her back. It'll be fine.
Speaking of Easter eggs, anyway.
What?
Nothing.
I think I might have missed something.
Yeah, you sure did.
Cause you're like, you haven't freaked out about this yet.
Yeah.
What?
No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine here.
It's not gonna be fine. Okay. Anyway, the more I think about it, the more excited I am. Curious. I'm just really curious.
I am very excited, and I look forward to hearing more news and seeing where this is going.
Also, this is the first time Marvel has had a place at San Diego Comic-Con in a while.
For a while, yeah.
Because they always just do D23.
So I wonder what the heck they're going to do at D23.
Which is in 2 weeks or something like that, right? But I think they're really going to focus on park stuff at D23.
Well, yes.
And they might do some shows and stuff.
It is a big year for parks at D23.
Better be.
We're supposedly getting the Avengers e-ticket ride announcement. And that's...
I will believe that when I get Although, with all the Avengers stuff coming out right now, so... There's been, like, a lot of, like, naysay kind of spinning wheels about a lot of different things, whether it's parks or, Star Wars, whatever, or MCU. And then, of course, now this weekend we had Deadpool and Wolverine come out, and people were freaking out. And now we have this news. And I've never I've never had a problem with the MCU, but you can tell it, like, the popularity has been waning.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel like this weekend, all of a sudden, it's, like, back?
Oh.
And I get that it's a weekend, but, like, is the first time people have been freaking out about stuff.
This is a high point for the MCU since Endgame. Like, this is a big weekend.
And people are looking forward to things, and they're talking about things in a positive way, and they're like, there's conjecture going on.
Maybe Deadpool is Marvel Jesus.
We've said that since the beginning. They show up at the parks, and I don't know, and they're doing, like, a little mini show.
I'll just say, July has been a really great time to be a nerd.
It's true.
Between the Acolyte.
It's true.
And really House of the Dragon.
Oh my god.
And The Boys.
Oh, and that's, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's been a great time to be a nerd. And now, like we said, we have to figure out what other news is coming out of San Diego Comic-Con going on right now, because, like...
And, like, are they going to bring out Robert Downey Jr. to D23? Is he going to be, like...
that's what I'm wondering.
Is he going to be coming out in an Iron Mask?
Possibly.
Like, who knows?
Why did they announce it then? So they, like, what else are they going to be doing? It's kind of like in the Captain America trailer. It's been out for a couple weeks, okay? I'm not spoiling a trailer here. And it's on the freaking poster. You see Red Hulk, and it was this really cool money shot. And we're like, oh my god, that's in the first trailer. What did they leave out?
Yes.
Like, first trailer. It's not.
No.
That's the first look trailer. So it's like, that means you're going to get little pieces in the coming trailers, and they save some big stuff for later on. Like,
Dr. Doom.
It might be. Who knows?
I don't know.
I hope not. But
no, he doesn't fit with that.
Maybe they'll talk about him or something. I don't know. But anyway, it is a really good time to be
Wolverine could fit in there. It's supposed to be all about adamantium. I don't know.
Wolverine could fit in there. It's a great time. July's a great time to be a nerd, apparently. And a really great time this weekend, specifically, to be a Marvel nerd. This is the most excited I've been about Marvel stuff in, like, a long time. Yeah. And I haven't been down on Marvel. So.
No, we are pretty diehard Marvel fans. Yeah. And so, like, we haven't... There's been a little bit misses. Secret Invasion. But... whatever, we've watched it all and, like, mostly been entertained.
Totally.
And whatever, but, this is hype central right now.
Oh my god, like, we're freaking out. Anything you want to add to this freaking out other than we're just really excited and gonna be like scouring for everything? No?
No.
Wanna play a game?
I'm speechless.
Let's play a game then.
Oh, good.
Okay.
That involves speech, though.
We were talking about the Olympics.
We were, yeah. I mean, it's opening weekend of the Olympics as well.
I know. Like, we're just, oh my gosh, stuff is going on. You know what else? We're packing for Disney soon. Like, let's just keep going here.
My head is spinning. I don't
That might be from the drinking game we were doing with the Olympics.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to say a sport from the Summer Olympics.
Summer Olympics.
You are going to say a Disney character who you think would compete in that sport.
Okay.
At the Olympic level. They don't have to win it, but at the Olympic level. And I have one rule.
Okay.
You can't say Goofy for all of them.
I was going to say Goofy for all of them. He knows how to do all the sports.
Yeah,
not well, though.
But he teaches you how.
He teaches you how. Okay. So, do they have to be animated is my first question.
Nope. No, it has to be recognized Disney movie. Disney-owned property.
Disney-owned property. Okay.
How about that?
Oh, goodness me.
Okay. And like widely known. I have to know it. You can't like make up a word or name and then be like, what?
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Okay.
And I'm not going like super specific. I just have the sports listed here, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go. Skateboarding.
Skateboarding. Okay, well, that's obviously Bart Simpson, the original skateboarder.
Disney owns Simpsons.
Disney owns Simpsons. Bam! Gotcha.
I was like, oh, no, wait. I did say Disney-owned property, didn't I? That was my own fault, isn't it?
It was, yeah.
I can't go back on it, though.
No, you can't.
Sport climbing.
Oh, my goodness. Sport climbing. That's an interesting one. I would say possibly one of Scrooge McDuck's nephews. They did a lot of climbing in DuckTales.
Woo.
So would it be Huey, Dewey, or Louie? I would say probably Dewey is the best climber. Do not ask me for evidence of why. I will take no questions.
I would have said Dewey. Do you know why? Why I would have said? Because D comes before H and L in the alphabet, which means he is first, which means he's first up the mountain in my mind.
Yeah, it's clearly Dewey.
Clearly.
No questions.
Nope.
Thank you.
Athletics. Ooh, and this is so broad.
Well, so this one's actually pretty easy. It's obviously Aladdin. Very athletic.
He's one jump ahead.
He is one step ahead of everything.
Okay. Oh, here's an easy one. Surfing.
Moana.
Fair. You have lots of characters who surf. I'm like, you pick someone from Lilo and Stitch or Moana.
Yeah, no, it's Moana.
Okay. Not bad with that.
She could pick up surfing. Yeah, Lilo probably would be okay.
Or Nani and David. Yeah,
Nani or her boyfriend
David
would be good choices as well.
You might want to save Moana for something else coming up.
Sailing?
Oh, yeah, sailing.
Darn it. Okay, can I change it?
Yes.
To Nani?
Yes.
Okay, I'm changing it to Nani. Thank you. Okay, yes. Woo!
Woo! There's literally a song in Lilo and Stitch called Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride that takes place while they are surfing. So, like...
Yeah, I mean, it is Hawaii, so...
I mean, Moana is an excellent choice if sailing wasn't also on here.
Yeah, sailing.
Unless he went Maui for sailing, I guess.
Yeah. He doesn't sail, though.
No, he just hangs out. He teaches her wayfaring, though. Weightlifting.
Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. Soccer.
Oh, boy. Hercules.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad.
Hercules
would be in a lot of these.
I would, unless, is decathlon on the list? Because Hercules should be decathlon.
There's modern pentathlon.
There's way too many events. I'm
gonna narrow some of these down.
Okay. I
don't see decathlon. So
I'm gonna say Hercules for soccer just because he could kick the heck out of that ball, and he wouldn't flop around like some of those soccer players either.
Boxing.
Boxing is interesting. I've used some of the heavyweights already, which is a little unfortunate.
You can go villain.
Unfortunate. I'm gonna go a little off the board Because the interesting thing about boxing is that there's weight classes.
Okay.
So I'm going to go Jacques from Cinderella. Because he's very small. And he's going to kick some butt.
He does literally kick Lucifer in the face, and Lucifer's much bigger than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I think he even punches him in the nose.
See?
Yeah. I'll give that to you, I guess.
There's weight classes in boxing,
there
okay?
Is basketball.
Oh, basketball. That's a good one. That is a good one. Who is really tall?
You.
Yes, that is true. I'm not good at basketball, though. So that's
Baymax. I don't know if he'd be great at basketball.
No, I don't think so. He's rather rotund.
He is.
Basketball. I've got it.
Okay, ready.
Jafar.
He is tall.
He's tall and lanky, and he still has a wish left, so...
He's gonna be the most powerful basketball player in all the land.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes sailing. Are you gonna pick Moana?
Well, I did change my answer, so yes, it is Moana.
Fair enough. We have to include this one. Breaking. Breakdancing.
Breakdancing. Interesting. Who would be a good breakdancer in the
Max.
Disney?
Who also would have been a good skateboarder, I guess.
Yeah, Max. Yeah.
Breakdancing. Oh, Tarzan.
Oh, he would have been good at climbing as well.
He would have been a good climber. Also, Kristoff would have been a good climber. They climb the mountain to get to Elsa.
Yeah, but he's slow.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, Tarzan was modeled after skateboarders and breakdancers.
It's true, and he also holds the vine with his butt.
It's true. It takes some crazy core strength there to do that.
Yeah, that is true. Okay. I guess we'll go with Tarzan
for breaking.
I
you don't know if you love it.
I don't love it. I don't love
like Lumiere or like
Nah.
Triathlon. This is what you wanted Hercules for.
Hercules would have been very good at it, but I think actually sticking with the Moana theme, and you said Maui before, I'll go with Maui.
That's fair.
Because he could probably run really fast, and then he can turn into a dolphin for the swim part.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good choice.
And then, I don't know, I'm sure he can bicycle.
So, do you want to hear a fun story?
I'll teach him how to bicycle. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. In Disney Dreamlight Valley, when you unlock Gaston, he wants to be friends.
Oh, Gaston. He would have been good at boxing.
Yeah, that's kind of who I was thinking of. But he's lonely because he misses LeFou. But he won't admit he's lonely. But he keeps trying to make friends with other people. But he's really bad at it because he's a bad guy.
Because he's a jerk. Yeah.
But so he decides he wants to be friends with Maui because Maui's muscles are almost as impressive as his. So he builds a gym out of coconuts and stuff like that. And Maui's like, I'm just naturally like this because I'm a god. And then Gaston's like, oh. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, let's not feel bad for Gaston.
No,
he's a jerk.
Yeah, that's fine. But
he's a raging narcissist.
He is. He's a terrible, terrible person. But yes. So I thought that was really funny that Maui doesn't need to work out. He's just naturally this way.
He's a demigod.
That's what he's.
So is Hercules.
Yeah,
so.
It's true. Mm-hmm.
I've used 2 demigods already.
Okay, I'm gonna best a couple. Taekwondo.
Mulan.
Okay. And then I have the next one is going to be the easiest one ever. Archery.
Oh, that's Merida.
Yeah, it's either Merida or it's Robin Hood. Pick one.
Yeah. I don't think foxes are allowed to compete.
Fair enough. Even though you had mice in boxing.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Weight class, I understand.
Weight class.
I'm going to skip modern pentathlon. I'm going to skip swimming.
Swimming. Nemo. Wait, no, he has a busted fin. Marlin.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Or Bruce the Shark.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to go Ariel. Bruce the Shark is better.
Yeah.
He's going to eat his competition.
Or King Triton would be good.
Yeah.
Bruce the Shark. Yeah, he's going to eat his competition. Take that, Michael Phelps. Nom.
Fencing. Anyone who does a sword. Oh, this would have been Mulan.
Yes, Mulan would have been good at fencing. Who else uses a sword?
Prince Philip. He has a magic sword.
Prince Philip, is he the one that kills
Maleficent?
Maleficent? Yeah, okay. Prince Philip.
He has a magic sword.
I didn't know what that prince was, but
I know.
That's the one
It's because some of them have weird names. Because there's like there's Prince Charming, and there's Prince Philip, and then there's Prince Florian, who doesn't ever get called by that name during the whole movie. That's Snow White's prince.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Prince Philip is the Sleeping
Prince
Beauty
Philip.
one.
I'm gonna go with Prince Philip. He's the only one that slayed a dragon.
This is true. This is very true. Judo.
Judo. Oh, a little flippity doo. You know, I used to compete in judo. Did you know that?
That's why I didn't take it off the list.
Yeah, a little bit of judo. I got it.
Okay.
Rapunzel from Tangled. She could use her hair, trip some guys, choke them out.
That's true.
You can do choke moves.
Even with her magic hair?
And with her magic, there's...
She can not use her frying pan. She can use her magic hair.
No, she can't use the frying pan, but she can use her magic
Good
hair.
choice.
And a
Very good choice.
Trippy, chokey.
Yeah, very good choice.
That's how judo works.
Trippy, chokey. Badminton. I'm doing your favorites now.
Oh, dang. I used Mulan already, unfortunately.
You can't use Mulan for everything.
I know, but she would have been really good at badminton. She would have. She's very...
Agile.
Very agile.
Quick reflexes.
Yeah.
You could go...
Huh. Okay. No, Mushu would be terrible at badminton. No reach. No reach whatsoever. You know what? You said I can't use Goofy for every single thing.
That's true.
I'm going to use Goofy for badminton.
Oh.
He's going to show you how to badminton.
Okay. I like that, actually.
Because he is very large and lanky. He would be able to just go, whatcha!
He is very lanky. This is true.
Uh-huh.
We're going to skip a couple just because we're not going to do all of these. So I'm like picking and choosing random ones now. Beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball. Well, this one is going to be Ariel because she has some new legs and she's very excited to be on the beach and she's going to spike that ball.
She wanted to walk and run, yeah. I see what you're saying.
What do you call 'em? And then she's going to be like, hiya!
Fair enough, yeah. Scared the cat.
Yeah, well.
No, that's fair enough. And actually that makes sense because she would have seen the beach more often than any other part. Yeah,
she's very familiar with the beach.
I like it. Track and field. Very broad.
I'm going to go with Simba because he's got 4 legs and he can run really fast.
Nice choice.
Yeah.
Artistic swimming.
Definitely should have saved
Ariel.
for this one.
King Triton's pretty artistic.
That's unfortunate. I'm going to go with the evil stepsisters because they will perform together.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. There
That's
you go.
a really fun choice.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I would have taken this off if I hadn't watched it today. Rugby sevens.
Okay. Rugby sevens. You need a team. So like, can I have like multiple characters?
If you can think, if you know,
I'm not gonna name 7. That's way too many.
No. But if you're like, oh, these guys are on a team together for this, I'm not mad at that. You can even repeat one of your guys previously.
Well, yeah, I don't know. That's tough. I mean,
just name one, whatever.
I think Gaston has to be the captain of the rugby team.
He seems like a rugby player, yeah.
And I think he's gonna set aside his differences and he's gonna team up with the Beast.
Ooh, because they do like winning more than anything.
Yeah, they're gonna be going to town.
Yeah,
on the rugby field.
I like it.
Like the All Blacks doing the haka.
Yep.
Ain't gonna have nothing on Gaston and the
terrifying.
Beast together. Yeah.
Water polo.
Okay. I didn't know there was going to be so many water sports. I wouldn't have used the mermaids.
You haven't used King Triton yet.
Yeah, he's the captain of the water polo team.
Okay, there we go.
Like, have you seen his abs?
Yes.
Water polo people they're just all upper body. And, yeah, okay. Yes, you're very excited about King Triton's zaddy abs. Okay.
Shooting. I know who I would pick for shooting.
Shooting.
I know exactly who I would pick for shooting.
I'm not going to pick who you are going to pick.
You don't know who I'm going to pick.
I'm going to pick the Great Mouse Detective.
Excellent choice.
He is a very good marksman.
He is.
Basil of Baker Street.
Very good choice. Who was I going to pick?
I don't know, but I knew it wasn't going to be that.
That's true. I was going to pick, he's a villain. I was going to pick Clayton from Speaking of Tarzan. He's the big hunter who wants to go kill the apes.
I was also thinking villain. I was thinking of the Australian dude from Rescuers Down Under.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know what his name is, but...
McLeach.
Mm-hmm. He did some shooty.
He did lots of shooty. Yeah, that's another.
I don't think he was a great shot though. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he was or not. I don't know if Clayton was or not either. I'm just trying to think of guys who have big guns, you know. Mountain biking.
What the girl from Luca.
Oh, she is good.
She would be great at mountain biking.
Good choice.
She had no fear.
Nope, none.
And
excellent choice.
You need no fear to do mountain biking.
I
don't know what her name is, but
I was thinking off the board, but I like that even better. I was thinking Honey Lemon from Baymax. Yeah, from Baymax. May as well be.
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6.
I almost took the squad from Big Hero 6 for my rugby sevens, but
I like it. Yeah, go Luca. And also, I don't think I want to watch that again this summer. I only saw that once. I like to watch it again. Okay, I'm going to do a few more. I'm picking some.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm picking some ridiculous ones here. How about rhythmic gymnastics? You already picked Rapunzel.
Yes, I did already pick Rapunzel. I don't think he's gonna win, but I want to see it. Phil from Hercules, rhythmic gymnastics. He's the right height for gymnastics.
That's fun. I love it. Oh my god, I want to see it so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I'm gonna pass some water ones, marathon swimming and so on.
Yeah. Okay.
Race walking.
That's not in the Olympics anymore.
But it was. Okay, fine. Gymnastics in general.
No, you already did gymnastics.
Okay, fine.
Come on.
Fine. Wrestling.
I already used Hercules.
Show jumping. Or equestrian in general. There's show jumping, dressage, and equestrian. Are all horses. So you can pick one of the things.
No, okay. Let's go back to wrestling. I'm going to take Kronk.
Excellent choice.
Kronk is going to wrestle for me.
Excellent choice. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Because he doesn't like to, but when he does, he wins.
Oh, he's a big fella.
Yep, and then he'd be like, sorry about that. Would you like my recipe for spinach puffs?
Yeah. He'd throw someone over a German suplex.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
good choice.
Equestrian.
And that's going to be our last one.
Well, let's go with Prince Charming because he has a lovely horse and he would be able to dressage the horse.
That's true.
Yeah.
I forgot one thing I have to include. Dressage is an excellent one. Prince Charming, like Cinderella's prince. Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go someone's on horseback a lot, right? We haven't done any cycling categories, so let's go road cycling.
You did mountain biking. That's like a cycling. I don't know.
I forgot I did mountain biking.
Let's say Elsa because she seems like she's from a Nordic country and they like to bicycle a lot.
The Nordic countries are really good at that generally. Not to stereotype, but it's a positive thing. So
I'm trying, okay?
It's really good. And good job not picking Goofy for everything.
I picked him for one thing.
You know what? You didn't pick Donald Duck for anything.
No, I didn't. Because he would be terrible.
He's a water animal.
He has no sportsmanship, and he's rather rotund.
He does have no sportsmanship. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, though, he did.
He would be a John McEnroe and fight with the judges the whole time. We don't want any of that smoke.
Fair. That was fun. Man, this we did a lot this episode.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, man. Well, a lot is going on.
A lot is going on.
So that's our show this week. Thanks to Emil, who's responsible for the custom theme song you heard at the top of the show. You can find a link to his work at our website, disneya.wixsite.com/podcast, and that's also where you can find a link to our email, as well as all of our social media accounts. You can find Disney episodes on all of your favorite podcast streaming platforms. If you've rated or reviewed our podcast, thank you. And if you haven't yet, please do. It helps us out a lot because that is how people find us, because algorithms.
Woo. That's my algorithm sound.
That's about accurate, too. Next episode, we are going to talk about Acolyte then.
Yes.
But we're going to do the thing where we're not going to talk about too many specifics or anything like that, but we're not going to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, we'll talk about spoilers, but we're
not like analyzing. Other shows, that's what they do, is they analyze stuff. We're more like just overviewing.
Talking about our feelings and like Star Wars in general and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Every time a new show comes out, it's like, okay, what does this mean? What do you think about this? How does it play?
We do it different every time. We've gone episode by episode before, or I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear. We've also got a few episodes coming up that we are going to record in advance for during our trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just so you know. One of them is going to be a deep dive.
This is also breaking news just for me.
You're going to like this deep dive. Do you want a hint? This is an attraction that is only found in Disneyland.
The canoes.
No, we already did the canoes.
Oh, right.
And that's not only in Disneyland. That's in other places. Yeah.
Really?
You should go back and listen to our episode because we talk about that.
I don't know.
This is an opening day Disneyland
I don't remember what I had for breakfast, okay?
Coffee.
Oh, yeah.
This is an opening day Disneyland attraction, and it is now only left in Disneyland.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. No, we did that already, too.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. We haven't done that.
Oh, okay. I don't...
That's going to be a fun deep dive, right?
That's it? Did I get it? Okay. I mean, that was an opening day attraction. I was pretty sure it's not anywhere else. Because they closed it.
They closed it in Disney World. Yeah. So we're going to, like, that kind of stuff. We're going to have it in advance.
I am excited for that deep dive.
Yeah, I know you would be.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, I think so, too. So I'm Krysta.
I'm Brandon.
And until the next adventure, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Thanks for listening to Disney, eh?
You're going to open up a can?
Yup.